Hi everyone, thank you for being here. I wanted to share a presentation that I gave earlier this year at a professional luncheon. I really feel like the information is more relevant than ever, as a lot of us are facing new routines and new normals in our lives. I wanted to share with you some of my favorite practices, tips, and tricks on productivity. How I get more done in the time that I have. And then in that time, how do I get things done more efficiently? I'm going to break this down in 10 minutes or less, so we are going to be moving quickly. If you have questions, please feel free to reach out. With that, I'm going to jump right into it with 5 practices on how to be more productive and get things done more efficiently in the time that we have. Practice number 1. We're going to treat our brain like a muscle. Just like we get our bodies ready for the day, our minds need to be ready for the day as well. We wouldn't jump out of bed and run a marathon or pick up very heavy weights at the gym without warming up our muscles. That would cause our muscles undue stress and fatigue. Similarly, we need to take care of our brains in the same way. Here are 2 ways that I like to do this. The first is to, at the start of the day, do a brain dump. For me, this looks like taking 10 minutes and a notebook and writing down whatever is on my mind. It doesn't have to be a to-do list. It doesn't have to be a specific format. It can be whatever works for you. The intention of this time is to take the 60 to 80,000 thoughts that we have running through our minds on any given day and just clear the cache, clear the browser history, power cycle our minds, and get them cleared out. This allows us to spend our time focused on what we need to focus on. The second way that I like to do this is with a warm-up or a cool-down. If I know that I have a mentally or intellectually taxing task coming up, I'll warm up my mind with a quick Sudoku, word search, or podcast. An activity that will get the gears turning, get the cogs turning, get my mind turned on and ready for the upcoming task. I'll do this before an important meeting, for instance, and it is a great way to get things going for the day. Practice number 2, setting ourselves up for success, specifically as it relates to our environment, is crucial. Right now, we have whole families working from home, students learning from home, and with whole families together, now more than ever, we need a space that welcomes us to success. Our space is so important to our success and to our productivity. So here's what I would like you to do, is take inventory of your workspace. Maybe right now it looks like you're sharing the kitchen table with kids who are trying to work on Google Classroom, along with everybody else in the house. Maybe it looks like an office. Whatever it looks like for you, just take stock. Do you have the tools that you need to do your job? Do you need a new mouse? Do you need a monitor? Do you need a pair of noise-canceling headphones, pens, paper, pencil, whatever it is that you need to do your job? Do you have it? Look around, take inventory. Once you know what you need to do your job, take stock again. This can be especially important when working from a shared space. Evaluate what is around you. If there are things that aren't serving you right now, things that you don't need in that space, consider moving them or getting rid of them. Eliminate those things from your work environment. Make your space dedicated to your success. The third tip that I would like to share is one that can make or break your day's productivity, and that is to know your systems. Every single day we work in email platforms like Google or Gmail. We work in software for work or for school like Canvas or Google Classrooms, and countless others. These tools are designed to help us get our jobs done, and they have hundreds, if not thousands, of features that maybe we haven't ever touched or explored. Here's my challenge right now. Become a master of your toolbox. Let's use conferencing as an example, especially since we're all at home right now. Maybe we're new to using video conferencing software, and we don't know or we aren't very familiar with all of the features of that particular software. My challenge is this: become the master of your toolbox. Take one feature You don't have to learn them all today, but choose just one feature and spend 10 minutes watching a YouTube video, finding a manual, learning information about that feature. And then try that feature throughout the week. See if it helps you. See if you enjoy using it. Does it serve you? If it does, put it in your toolbox and continue to use it. If it doesn't, now you know that feature is there if it's ever something you need to use, and you can move on to finding a feature that works for you. Practice number 4, maximize. None of us have time to waste in our calendars. We have too much going on. 20% of our work drives 80% of our outcomes. Here's what I mean by that and how it relates to maximizing. When we spend our mental energy focusing on the minutia of the work that we need to do, our mental energy is not spent on moving the needle forward toward our goals. It's spent on the stress of the task at hand. My challenge in this area is to become an optimization observer. Find the tasks that you have to do repeatedly on a regular basis and pick one task. Pick one task and evaluate the process of that task from beginning to end. Ask yourself, how do I complete this task? And then find one way that that task can become more efficient. Here's an example. You're a student who has been assigned a reading assignment. You have questions. Maybe you have to log into a virtual classroom. You have to turn in a reading log. But you spend so much time searching around for your book, for your login, for your information, for the assignment details, that you are stressed about those details. You are not focused on the material that you're reading. Your focus is on the stress of trying to get the action done. So take all of those materials, put them in one place, give them a dedicated home. Now the next time that you do your reading, all of your materials are in one space. You complete the task and then put your materials away. They go back to their home. Now you know exactly where they are when you need them. Your mental energy is focused on the task rather than running around trying to find your materials. Practice number 5, collaborate. Studies show that if we link arms with our peers, with our colleagues, and our classmates, that we stick at tasks 64% longer than we would on our own, and we have higher levels of success. So what this tells me is that there is power in connecting with other people in completing our tasks. Here is my challenge for you. Pick one task that you have to do this week. Do you have a colleague, someone in your network, someone in a class, a peer who may have to complete a similar task? Ask them if they would be willing to set up a video conferencing session. They're at home right now too. Ask if they can set up a video conferencing session and work on the task together. See what you can accomplish as a team. Not only are you completing the task and getting the work done, but you're also learning new techniques, tips, and tricks from each other and new approaches to things. Oh, I really like how they approached a certain element of this assignment. Maybe I can try that. We sharpen each other by working together, so try a teamwork task. At the end of this presentation, I have linked articles for your reference, and the slides will be linked on the platforms where this presentation is shared. I would love for you to connect with me on LinkedIn and on Instagram. Feel free to send me a message. Thank you for being here. I'm wishing you and your families health and wellness during this time, and wishing you all the best. Thank you.